Buddhism's journey from the sort of dusty plains of northern India across the Himalayas and into central China have exerted a profound civilizational and cultural influence on that country. And they helped to foster a very broad range of material and spiritual contacts between our civilizations, lasting well into the late 11th century. I remember visiting the famous Shaolin temple in Henan province. A lot of us have heard about, globally, Shaolin temple is very famous, made famous by Jet Li or Bruce Lee movies or whatever, the 13 chambers of Shaolin and so on. And I walked into the temple and I found myself staring at this large bronze statue which looked distinctly Indian. And upon questioning the monks in the Shaolin temple, I discovered that it was in fact a likeness of Bodhidharma, who was an Indian monk who had founded the Chan or Zen school of Buddhism and who is credited with having developed the Shaolin style of Kung Fu, which was something that really blew me away. And the temple itself had originally been built in AD 496 in honor of another Indian monk called Bada, or Batu as he is known in China. The other very strong association in China with India was Hindi movies of a certain vintage, 1950s through to the 1970s. Avara, Do Biga Zameen, Noori, very, very popular. And it was a rare moment when, you know, I told somebody that I was from India, where they didn't, especially if they were of a certain demographic themselves, say 45 and above, where they didn't sort of launch into Ta Jo Liu Lang, which is the Chinese dubbed version of Avara Hu. And it's widely and wildly popular amongst, you know, generations of Chinese, all the way up into the 1980s. Because these were stories which had a very strong socialist message, and they were therefore politically correct during the heyday of communism, and these were times when they couldn't show American movies and so on. Indian movies were shown, and this is something that has really persisted even in contemporary Bollywood. You know, the idea of Indian fashion, beauty, dancing, music, all of this has an attractiveness to the Chinese, which I don't think that the Chinese really have in India. So this is what I mean by India having a greater amount of soft power bilaterally.